Hello everyone, good morning. I don't know if you can hear, but today is Saturday, September the 13th, and I am right here on Dauphin Island, Alabama, preparing for the oncoming storm, which is Tropical Storm and soon to be Hurricane Sally. So I just came out here on the back porch, and again, it is, what time is it? It's probably about 6:10 or so. And we are still about 2 days away from making any type of landfall. And you can see that the tide, again, the videos I was doing yesterday, this bulkhead was about 2 feet above the water. And now the bulkhead is about, I don't know, an inch or two over it. Now it is high tide. We do have to remember that this storm is still about 2 days from making landfall. The latest update that I saw was the 5 a.m. update. So I'll kind of just shoot from the hip on this one since I'm doing this live. So the latest update showed Sally moving west-northwest at about 12 miles an hour. So it picked up a little bit of steam. That's somewhat good news for here because when these things go really, really, really slow, then the longer those things sit, then the more storm surge, the more rainfall, the more issues that these storms cause. So west-northwest at 13 is a little bit of good news, not much, but good enough. So the latest spaghetti models do have this storm coming anywhere from between here in Mobile, Alabama, or Dauphin Island rather, to the New Orleans area. Now, if you remember Hurricane Katrina, which had a very similar track, Hurricane Katrina kind of came across the tip of Florida, kind of meandered a little bit south, then came up north and kind of wobbled around and then ended up making landfall in the New Orleans area. This is very reminiscent of Katrina's track. Not strength at this point. I don't think it will get that strong, but very reminiscent to Hurricane Katrina's track. So depending upon where high tide sits, depends upon how much storm surge that we may or may not get. So the barometric pressure, if you've been following that, the barometric pressure, as the barometric pressure drops, the storm intensifies. So the barometric pressure yesterday was at 1,004 millibars. The barometric pressure now is at 1,001 millibars. So it has strengthened somewhat, not a lot, but again, we've only spent maybe 13, 14 hours in the Gulf of Mexico, so the ability for it to strengthen has begun. The latest intensity models do show this storm as now becoming for sure a Category 2 hurricane. So definitely big shout outs to Mike Adler out there in the Biloxi coastal area, coastal Mississippi. Big shout out to Mara M out there that made a comment yesterday where she anticipated this storm to come in and make landfall somewhere around the Biloxi area. So Mike, you have someone thinking that you're going to get direct brunt or direct landfall, so be careful there. I personally think I would agree with Mara. I think that the storm will make a Mississippi coast landfall sometime Tuesday morning. But you can see that now high tide this morning. What's up, Yen? I would agree that within 2 days, say Tuesday morning, if it makes a Tuesday morning landfall, that the water that you see here, again with the storm 2 days out, will definitely be making its way into my yard. So we'll see what happens there. So I'll give you kind of the lay of the land. That is my north. I'm facing the Mobile Bay and into across the 2 mile long bridge into Mobile, Alabama. Over in that direction, in the distance, is the other side of Mobile Bay. That is due south. Over those trees is the Gulf of Mexico. And then through the house, the other way is the Mississippi coast where Mike is. Big shout out to Google Master, by the way. Big shout out to Amy Schneider. Again, shout out to Mara. So keep your eyes on this one. The winds right now are, just your typical winds on a morning, not too bad. Blowing at about east-northeast at about 17, 20 miles an hour, but nothing crazy there. But the really interesting thing is just look at the water. Again, that bulkhead is usually 2 feet out of the water, and here it is lapping over the top of it. And this storm is still 2 days out. The precipitation forecast is really intense. We're supposed to get somewhere between 10 and 15 inches of rain. So 10 to 15 inches of rain on top of tropical storm to hurricane force winds. So we have to say, hey, if this is a category 2 or a category 3, and we get the eastern side of it and it makes landfall in the Biloxi area or New Orleans area, you can rest assured that here it's going to be just absolutely catastrophic. During Katrina, Hurricane Katrina had the same type of trajectory, had the same type of momentum, and it hit New Orleans, and Dauphin Island was forever absolutely devastated. The West End was absolutely pulverized. So I'm not gonna, pull some scare tactic for the West End of Dauphin Island, but I can assure you the West End is going to pay quite a heavy price. So I'm going to go in, look at some models, throw together another video, and show some different predictions, different spaghetti models, different intensity models. But the storm is definitely on track to do some major stuff. So be careful with this one. Again, the storm surge, by the way, is predicted to be 4 to 6 feet here. So if we have 4 to 6 feet on top of high tide and the water is like this right now, then you can be sure that there will be about 4 feet of water under this house if it happens at high tide. So anyway, good morning everyone. Have a good one. If you watch the tennis stuff today, there just won't be one. We have a lot of stuff to do to prepare for this. So there'll be another one of those soon. And if something changes, then yes, but be ready for this storm. Definitely a Katrina-like track. Some of the intensity models do indicate that it will definitely be a Category 2, but it may not be out of the question for this thing to ramp up to a Category 3. Rainfall 10 to 15 inches, storm surge 4 to 6 feet, tropical storm to hurricane force winds right here. So hey, get your thinking caps on, get prepared, and definitely be safe. All right, take care everyone, and I'll put together a video too with models and some other stuff here in just a minute. Take care.